What if your dog has spent their entire life waiting for you to understand one simple thing, and you've walked right past it every single day? Most owners are convinced they know their dog inside and out, but there's a short list of things your dog quietly aches for, things almost nobody talks about. And here's the part that stings. These aren't grand gestures. They're almost embarrassingly simple. But when you keep missing them, and most owners do without ever realizing it, your dog slowly stops asking. They just accept that this is how life is. So let's fix that, starting with the one thing your dog wants more than almost anything. 1. Let them sniff. Have you ever been on a walk, your dog freezes at a patch of grass, nose glued to the ground, and you tug the leash and say, "Come on, let's go." Almost every owner does this. And in that exact moment, you're shutting down the single most important thing your dog does all day. Your dog's nose isn't just better than yours, it's a different universe. Dogs have around 300 million scent receptors compared to your 6 million, and the part of their brain devoted to smell is about 40 times larger than the same region in yours. When your dog stops to sniff, they're not being stubborn. They're reading the news, checking their messages, absorbing an entire story you can't even perceive. And here's what makes this so powerful. Researchers Charlotte Duranton and Alexandra Horowitz ran a study published in Applied Animal Behavior Science, and they found something remarkable. Dogs allowed to do simple nose work, just searching and sniffing, actually became measurably more optimistic on a test designed to gauge their mood. Let that sink in. Letting your dog sniff doesn't just pass the time, it changes how hopeful they feel about the world. Trainers call a walk built around this a decompression walk, or a sniffari, where your dog leads and you follow. Think of yourself as the passenger and your dog as the driver. Slow down, loosen the leash, let them read the whole story. And if that one surprised you, wait until you hear the last one, because it's the thing most owners feel guilty about the second they understand it. 2. Ask before you touch. Have you ever reached down to pet your dog and felt them go a little stiff or lean away, even just for a second? Most people never notice, but your dog just told you something and it slipped right past you. Here's a tool professional trainers use, and it changes everything. It's called the consent test. You pet your dog for a few seconds, then you stop and you take your hands away. And then you watch. If your dog leans back in, nudges your hand, or shuffles closer, that's a yes. Keep going. But if they stay still, turn their head away, or move off, that's a no. And honoring that no is how trust is built. A study from the University of Guelph looked at exactly this and found dogs showed more stress signals, like pulling their ears back, when they were touched without a choice compared to when they got to decide. And here's the beautiful part. When those dogs were given the freedom to walk away, most of them chose to stay. Choice is the whole point. And one more thing. Most dogs actually don't love being patted on top of the head by a hand looming down over them. Try the chest, the chin, or the side of the neck instead, and always let them opt in first. 3. Actually talk to them. Do you talk to your dog when it's just the two of you? Narrating your day, asking them questions you know they can't answer. If you do, you are not being silly. You're doing something your dog is deeply wired to love. For a long time, people assumed dogs just tuned out our words and waited for a tone or a treat. Then, Attila Andix and his team at Eötvös Loránd University in Budapest trained dogs to lie perfectly still inside a brain scanner. What they discovered stunned people. Dogs process the meaning of words on one side of the brain and your tone of voice on the other. A lot like we do. And the reward center of their brain lit up brightest only when a praise word was spoken in a genuinely warm, praising voice. Both what you say and how you say it lands. Then there's the work of Gregory Burns at Emory University, whose team found that for most dogs, praise from their own person triggered the brain's reward center as powerfully as food, and sometimes more. Sit with that. Your voice, your warmth, your good boy can mean as much to your dog as dinner. So don't save your words for commands. Talk to them like they're part of the family, because to them, that running conversation is one of the best parts of the day. And real quick, if this is making you see your dog a little differently, take a second to like and subscribe. It genuinely helps us reach more owners who want to understand what their dog has been trying to tell them. 4. Give them a choice. Think about your dog's day for a moment. You decide when they eat. You decide when they go out. You decide which way the walk goes, when they get touched, when it's time to come inside. Nearly every choice in their entire life is made for them. And that matters more than most people ever consider. Across the science of animal welfare, one idea keeps rising to the top: agency. The ability to make a choice and have it actually affect what happens next. When any animal loses control over its own life, stress climbs. Research on dogs has shown that events they can't control produce a bigger stress response than the very same events when the dog has some say. So give it back to them in small, safe ways. Let them pick which direction to turn at the corner. Let them choose which bed to lie on, or whether they feel like playing right now or not. Offer instead of insisting. None of these choices are big to you, but to a creature whose whole life is decided by someone else, being handed even a little control is enormous. This is really the thread running through everything on this list. Letting them sniff, letting them say no to touch, all of it comes back to one thing: giving your dog a voice. 5. Give them a rhythm they can count on. Have you ever noticed your dog appear beside you at almost the exact time every evening? No clock in sight, just knowing? That's not a coincidence. Dogs live by patterns. They don't track time the way we do, with hours and schedules. They feel the shape of the day, the rhythm of when things happen. And when that rhythm holds steady, your dog relaxes into it, because predictable means safe. When it falls apart, something inside them tightens. A study by Lefebvre and colleagues found that dogs given attention and enrichment on a regular, predictable schedule ended up with lower stress hormone levels than dogs who got the exact same things but at random, unpredictable times. Same amount of care, completely different effect. It wasn't the enrichment alone, it was the reliability. This doesn't mean your life has to run like clockwork. It means the big anchors of the day, roughly when they eat, roughly when they walk, the calm of a normal departure, and a low-key hello when you get home, stay steady. To you, coming home an hour late or skipping the evening walk is just a busy day. To your dog, the one dependable thing in their world just wobbled. Keep the anchors steady, and you hand your dog a quiet, constant sense that everything is okay. 6. Work their brain, then let them rest. Here's a mistake almost every devoted owner makes. They think a tired body means a satisfied dog. So they run their dog hard, come home, and can't understand why the chewing, the pacing, the restlessness hasn't stopped. Because a physically exercised dog can still be a mentally bored one. Your dog's mind needs a job. That same nose work that made dogs more optimistic? A few minutes of sniffing out hidden treats, or a puzzle feeder, or a new place to explore can satisfy your dog more deeply than a long run ever will. Give them something to figure out, and then, just as importantly, let them sleep. Most owners have no idea how much rest a dog actually needs. Adult dogs sleep around 12 to 14 hours a day, and puppies and seniors need even more. Dogs nap in cycles all day long, and that rest is when they recover and regulate their emotions. A dog in a house with constant noise, constant motion, no quiet corner to retreat to, is a dog running on empty. So give them a job for their mind and a peaceful place to power down. Let sleeping dogs lie turns out to be some of the best advice there is. So there it is, 6 simple things your dog has been waiting for. And here's the one to leave you with. When your dog looks up and holds your gaze, researchers led by Takefumi Kikusui at Azabu University in Japan found that both of you get a rise in oxytocin, the same bonding hormone that flows between a parent and a newborn. That loving stare isn't your imagination. It's a loop flowing both ways wolves can't do. And your dog has been offering it to you this whole time. All they've ever wanted is for you to look back. So today, get down on the floor. Let them sniff. Tell them about your day, and just be with them. Because the thing your dog has waited their whole life for was never complicated. It was you, meeting them halfway.